welcome to our wonderful campus here at ISPH. I'm Mr. Paul, the head of the primary school. I'll be taking you on a tour of the primary school facilities this morning. But here we are in our school foyer, and I've got some important people to introduce you to and in some important rooms to show you. So if you come with me over here, one of the most important rooms in the school is our admissions office, where we have 3 admissions officers who speak English, Vietnamese and Korean, and they're the first port of call for new parents and families wishing to join our school. They look after all the admissions needs right here in this office. Now, if you come with me this way, we've got another really important room I'd like to show you. This is our school shop, where we can buy the school uniform for the students. Now, we have winter and summer clothing in here, and we also have our exciting house outfits as well. 4 different colours for the 4 houses we have in the school. They also serve as the PE kits that the students wear for their PE lessons. Really important shop. Please come with me this way, because there's some more people to introduce you to and some more information to give you. Here is our school office, where we have our receptionist, and when you come into school, you will come and speak to the reception staff, and they'll welcome you into our school. Now, one final room to show you is over here, our community room. In our wonderful community room, we host events for parents. It's a social space for parents to talk to each other and talk to the staff here when we have events, and we welcome parents into our school. So here we are in our wonderful lobby. All rooms down here that are really important to parents when you come into school. This is a really important place for the students as well. They enjoy socialising here. The table tennis tables are very popular. It's a nice social space. So here we have our school nurse, Miss Nokan. Hey Miss Nokan, how are you doing? This is our state-of-the-art medical centre. All the students' medical needs can be met in this room with Miss Nokan. So from the medical centre, we move on to the adventure playground, another really popular part of the school for the students. Over here, we have some fantastic play facilities that join on to the foyer. So outside, the children can play on the different activities and interact all together. Now, I'd like to introduce you to my personal favourite part of the school, the library. It's a wonderful resource that we've got here at ISPH. I'd like to introduce you to Miss Zana, one of our library helpers, and to this fantastic space. We have books that engage and entertain and inform the youngest to the oldest students. This is a really popular part of the school, and rightly so. We love celebrating books here at ISPH in this wonderful library space. Now, we've got lots of resources and lots of people to help deliver enriching activities to the students. Come with me this way, we're going to meet the early years students as they have their weekly library session. Come this way. So here we have Miss Nokan, our library helper, delivering a session to the early years students. They're learning about spooky stories because we're close to Halloween. Let's come and say hello. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Nokan. Good morning, EYC. Can I have a big wave? So here we have Miss Nokan, our library helper, Miss Janelzi, our EYC early years teacher, Miss Quinn and Miss Nan, who also work in the early years. But most importantly, we have our early years students. Guys, are you enjoying learning about spooky stories? All right, can you show me a spooky face? Right, well, I hope you enjoyed learning more about this story and have a wonderful library session this morning. Can we say hi to the camera? And have a wonderful morning learning in the library. Now down on level 1, we have some more exciting activities and spaces for our younger students. Where we're going now is into Key Stage 1. This is where the younger students in our school learn outside. They have a playground and outdoor learning activities, which we can see outside Year 2 and Year 1. Outdoor learning is a really important part of the learning provision for our youngest students. They enjoy it and they learn so much more. Come with me now and we're going to see the learning happening in Year 1. Now, one of the things that we like to do here at ISPH is make the learning fun, enriching and relevant to the students. We've got a perfect example here in Year 1. They're learning about ancient Egypt. Follow me, because it's exciting learning going on. Well, hello everybody, how are we doing? Now, look at this. We are learning about ancient Egypt here. Oh wow. Hello Nadal, how are we doing? Are you becoming a mummy?
What are you turning him into, Nadal? A mummy.
Oh wow. Now, welcome to Year 2. The students in Year 2 are currently in the middle of a maths lesson. Lots of exciting learning going on. Let's go and meet some of the students and the teacher, Miss Harriet. Follow me. Good morning, Year 2. Good morning, Miss Harriet. And here we have Aaron. Aaron, you're learning lots of maths this morning. What are you learning about?
Number goes to 10 and 60 to the what is the closest 10.
Oh wow. Now Miss Harriet told me you're doing really well with your maths work. Do you enjoy maths?
Yes.
Fantastic. So here we are in a really fun part of the school. This is our Early Years Centre. We call it the EYC, and it's where our youngest students at ISPH learn. Follow me, let's go and meet some students. So it's really important for our young students to have a fun, stimulating, enriching learning environment. So we have lots of facilities both inside and outside our EYC Centre because it's really important for the children to have these enriching experiences. Currently, it sounds like they're in a maths lesson, so if you follow me, let's go meet some students. Hello EYC, can I have a big wave, guys? Hello, hello. Now, it looks like you're learning counting this morning, is that correct? Can you show me 5 fingers, guys? I can see 5 pumpkins on that board. Can you show me 1 finger? I can see 1 bat on your board. Can you show me 4 fingers? I can see 4 cats on your board. So you're learning about Halloween and counting at the same time. Wow. Lots of fun this morning, Miss Janelzi. Okay guys, could you give me a big wave? And I will leave you to your learning. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Year 3. This is the youngest students in Key Stage 2. Let's go and see what they're learning. Hey Mr. Joe, hey Year 3. So it looks like a maths lesson this morning, Mr. Joe.
Yeah, we're having lots of fun. We're learning, hopefully, some great addition and subtraction skills.
Great, let's have a chat with Gia about what she's learning. Hey Gia, how are you doing? What are you learning about this morning?
We're learning about addition and subtraction.
Oh great, I can see lots of work going on everyone's whiteboards. What do you like about maths, Gia?
I like math because when we don't have math and numbers, we couldn't know how much is something, and we are getting like confused about that.
Yeah, maths is really important, isn't it? Okay, I'll leave you to your maths work year 3. So thank you, Gia. Thank you, year 3. Thank you, Mr. Joe. Enjoy your addition and subtraction learning. Bye, guys. Hi, welcome to one of our year 4 classes. They're currently doing maths. Let's go and meet the students and Miss Natalie. Hey, year 4, how are we doing? Hello, Miss Natalie, how are you? It looks like a maths lesson. Is it okay if I speak to one of the students about their learning? Right, come with me, guys. Hey, Eugene, how are you doing? What are you learning this morning?
I am learning to subtract 4-digit numbers with one exchange.
Oh, wow, 4-digit numbers with an exchange. Why do you think maths is so important, Eugene?
I think maths is important because when we grow up, we need to pay things, and if we pay it wrong, we might be in trouble or...
Yeah, it is really important, isn't it, in the real world to have good mathematical skills. Great. Okay, year 4, I will let you return to your learning. So thank you for welcoming us in right now and enjoy the rest of your maths lesson. Bye, guys. So here we are in one of our year 5 classes. Miss Nikki's currently teaching an English lesson to 5NT. They're learning about reading and grammar, past tense I believe, but let's check with one of the students. Hey, good morning, Ha. What are you learning this morning?
We are learning about past tense.
Oh wow, and I see you've highlighted some work. What work here have you highlighted?
Miss Lee have highlighted our metaphors from maths.
Great. Well, I can see you working really hard, so I'll let you continue. Thank you. So here we are with our oldest students in the primary school, our year 6 class. They're currently studying mathematics. Let's go and say hello to everyone. Hello, year 6.
Hello, Mr. Paul.
Hello, Mr. Sean.
Good morning.
Let's have a word with one of our expert students in year 6, Nam. Hey, good morning, Nam.
Good morning, Mr. Paul.
What are you learning about?
We are learning about math.
And what are you learning in maths?
We are learning about division.
Oh, what do you like about maths?
One thing I like about math is when you learn it, it's kind of fun.
Oh, great. So the learning's fun, and it looks like you're doing some very complex mathematics here this morning. So I'll leave you to your division, and thank you very much for talking to us this morning, Nam. Now, welcome to our EAL classroom. That stands for English as an Additional Language. It's something that we use greatly across the school. We have a dedicated EAL teacher as well as this dedicated classroom. Now, this is for the students that need some additional support learning the English language.
So you can see they are working in a group of 3 or 4, or maybe 2. These groups, they are making a poster about the irregular past tense. So you can see here is their amazing work about irregular verbs. Okay? And those two, they are making a quiz about the past tense. So these are the fun way for them to learn English and improve their English day by day.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Wynne.
Thank you.
Hey, who's hungry? I certainly am. Now, we're in a lovely part of the school, the canteen. So let's talk about food and the social space that our canteen is at ISPH. So this is another fantastic part of our school because it's somewhere where all the staff and students from primary school and secondary school can congregate, they can socialise, and they can enjoy the fantastic food that we offer here at ISPH. We have an on-site catering team that are professionals, and they deliver every single day fantastic freshly cooked food. We have a wide range of food options for vegetarians, for people wanting to eat a low carbohydrate diet, but crucially, everything is freshly cooked, so we've got fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and it's all delicious. This is such a nice part of the school because the staff and the students eat together, they socialise together, and they enjoy the healthy food that we provide here at ISPH. So that concludes our tour of the primary school. We've met the teachers, we've met the students, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing all of our fantastic facilities here in the primary school. Now, at the conclusion of our tour, we're back where we started in the foyer, the beating heart of our school. So it's goodbye from me, Mr. Paul, the head of the primary school, but now I'd like to hand you over to Mr. Stewart, the head of the secondary school, who's going to show you even more of our facilities and introduce you to some of our secondary school teachers and students. So goodbye from me.
Hello, my name's Mr. Stewart and I'm the head of secondary here at International School Park City, Hanoi. I'm really pleased to be able to show you around our school today. It's a lovely, exciting, vibrant community, and you join me here initially on the sports football pitch outside the school, where we have both CCAs, sports activities, PE lessons, Friday morning fitness, and loads of fun activities that take place. I'd like to show you our English room next. English is taught both as an additional language, as a second language, and as a main spoken tongue. Next, I'd like to show you one of our maths rooms. We have several maths teachers here at the school working all the way through from Key Stage 3 up into GCSE level, and in the future we'll have A-level maths and further maths. You'll notice in the maths room we have loads of whiteboards around the room so students can go to the walls and work on the walls. Let's go and have a look. So next I'd like to show you our computer science room. This is one of two rooms. We also have a small Windows laboratory for A-level computer sciences. Computer sciences will be taught in both primary, secondary, all the way through up to A-level. I'll show you into the room now. As part of the secondary school, we have 3 dedicated science laboratories, and behind here we have a Year 9 science class taking place. So we'll go and have a look. They're doing a little bit of an experiment at the moment. Might be fun to see how some of them look. Hi, welcome. Come in and join us in our geography lesson. Here you'll see Mr. James teaching Year 7 geography. This is part of our core curriculum for both our Key Stage 3, and then we extend it up as an option subject for GCSE as well. So one of the subjects that I'd like to show you is history. In this lesson, we've now got some Year 11s and some actually Year 11s presenting the class the lesson in question. History is one of our humanities. We have history, geography, global perspectives, and we're looking to expand that offer for both GCSE and in the future to A-level with subjects such as sociology, economics and business, possibly psychology. And so the breadth of humanities is becoming much bigger and much wider in the school. Let's go and see how these Year 11s do teaching the lesson. Vietnamese as a subject is taught to both native speakers and as a second language. We have 2 classrooms. At the moment we have some primary school native speaking Vietnamese going on, so we'll go and have a look at that. So another one of our modern foreign languages is Mandarin. Here we've got some Year 11s being taught by Miss Stephanie, so we'll go and see what they're learning. So next I'm going to introduce you to Senora Danielle. He's our Spanish teacher. We have several different languages in the school: Spanish, Mandarin, Vietnamese, and part of our offer of languages in the secondary school is the English as an additional language, so EAL. Let's have a look in the Spanish room. So the next subject we're going to go and visit is our drama. Incorporated into drama is some dance type activities as well. It's all part of the curriculum which runs all the way through the secondary school. So next I'm going to show you creative arts. We have 2 creative arts rooms. Our creative arts are taught all the way through the secondary school, culminating in GCSE and A-level subject choices. It's obviously very messy. Our performing arts, creative arts, drama, music are all centred around the middle of the school. So next we're going to have a look in our music room and see some of our Year 11. As part of our music provision, we offer individual peripatetic lessons, and you can see in here a drum lesson taking place to a primary school student. We have 4 practice rooms down here, and those lessons take place in a variety of different instruments over the course of a week. Welcome to the 4th floor where we come to the covered basketball court. Here we have PE lessons, students can play at break time and lunchtime, and our CCAs take place after school. Basketball, badminton and some other different outdoor sports activities. Okay, so I'd like to introduce you and welcome you to our swimming pool here. So this is the indoor swimming pool. It's 50 metres, Olympic size. This is where our indoor swimming lessons take place for both primary school and secondary school students. We also have an outdoor swimming pool. When the conditions are right and the environment's suitable, we sometimes teach swimming outdoors as well. So, as mentioned, this is another one of our fantastic shared facilities with the Park City Club. The outdoor swimming pool is where we sometimes teach our swimming lessons to the younger students if the conditions are right. Okay, so this is one of our fabulous facilities that we share with the Park City Club. This is the indoor training and sports centre. We use this for some of our more senior school students' PE lessons, for fitness training, but we also use it for GCSE PE, A-level PE in the future, and we use it for many of our CCAs. Just here to my left is the pavilion where we sometimes hold events, performances, displays. When our parents come, sometimes they like to relax in this environment. The clubhouse is just behind it where they can get refreshments. This is next to the outdoor swimming pool. And just ahead of me here is our tennis courts as well. I'll show you that. So once again, really blessed to share these wonderful facilities with Park City and the club. So we have 3 tennis courts here where we teach both our outdoor sports, tennis obviously, and our CCAs as well. Part of growing into a sixth form community is allowing students some more freedom to experience things outside of the school grounds. Exactly. This clubhouse is part of the cafe and coffee shop where our sixth form students will be allowed to come out and relax in their free time and maybe do some self-study. Welcome to our multi-purpose hall where we have sports activities taking place. Behind me you can see a Year 7 class on their first lesson of badminton. Above us we have a running track, and at the back of the hall we have a table tennis court as well. Inside here we have access to 4 badminton courts and 1 basketball court, and this is where we hold our assemblies as well. So we've reached the end of the tour around the school campus, and I really wanted to thank you for joining us and seeing what we have to offer as a school. It's a really thriving community where students are really engaged and learn to excel themselves on an all-round platform, become real model students. I'm really glad that you took the time to view this, and I hope that we will get to see you in the future. Thank you.